Rayanne, Kennedy, or Michael? Who will be evicted? And who will win the Big Brother Clockwork Endurance Head of Household competition? Find out now on Big Brother Cheesecake 7 Chocolate Heaven. Hello, I'm Andrew Shevsik Moonves. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake 7 Chocolate Heaven. It's day 64 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake house, and this week Owen was the head of household. He nominated Rayanne and Kennedy for eviction, and Willy Wonka nominated Michael as the third nominee. But Owen also won the Golden Power Veto in the Big Brother OTEV Golden Power Veto competition and chose not to use it, which means, in just moments, either Rayanne, Kennedy, or Michael will be evicted and will finish in 7th place, becoming the third member of the jury, joining Callum and Bridget. Who will it be? We'll find out shortly. But first, today's episode is actually going to be kind of short because there wasn't a lot of activity in the group chat yesterday. Everybody had voted, and the competition, the endurance competition, Clockwork, it ended in, spoiler alert, it ended in 13.5 hours. And so afterwards, because there wasn't any game going on, everybody had voted. The new head of household can't make nominations because of the special nomination ceremony with Survivor Week. So it was kind of a quiet day and nothing really happened. So I don't really have a lot to report. I stupidly, and I apologize, I was going to have the first jury segment of the season where I check in with Callum and Bridget in the jury house. Completely forgot to do that today, and the jury chat was also kind of quiet. It's usually this is a pretty active jury house. Not the most active, but not dead either. But I completely forgot. So Callum, Bridget, and whoever is evicted today, please dish the dirt, be spicy, talk about the house guests so that for tomorrow's episode we can have our first jury segment of the season. So yeah, I don't have much. The Pulse, as you know, last week we did revive Ren Mall. So we're actually 4 out of 9. So if we can get one more, because this is the last Pulse of the season, and next season I'm going to be moving it to Tuesday because there's less going on Tuesday. And another thing, it just reminded me. Corey from season 6 said that they still have birthday cake Timbits in Calgary. Rude. And also Michael said he doesn't like oatmeal raisin cookies or anything with raisins in any capacity. Rude. I will shove a quart of Haagen-Dazs rum and raisin down your throat the next time we meet. So suck on that. Yeah, I don't know. Carrot cake. Not even raisins in carrot cake? That's what makes carrot cake moist! Michael! God. Anyway, what's that other thing? Bread pudding also has raisins. Some people put raisins in coleslaw. I find that a little weird, but I'm okay with it. Yeah. Anyway, where was I? The Pulse. So we want to get up to, 5 people. So I'm going to throw a softball at you all. This is an easy one. You all should get it. Are you ready? I have not heard from Kate Lee in season 6 in a while. She's the one that famously, I think she has a 1-year-old. What's his name? Grayson? I think it's Grayson. I hope it's Grayson. If I'm wrong, I apologize. Why can't I remember her son's name? I think it's Grayson. Either that or I'm just an asshole. So let me know, Kaylee, if you're still alive. So Kaylee, it's an easy one. She played last season. She said, minimal participation required. That's bullshit. She finished in 9th place last season. Yes. So we're looking for Kaylee. And that would bring us to an even 50-50. Jojo ran into Julian, and he tried to cash in a point for Julian. But once the week is over, you're dead. You cannot ascend from the ashes, or whatever the saying is. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, take off your pants. He actually saw Julian just randomly on the street. Nicole is going to be like, how small is Canada? Yeah, he just randomly, just like how Jojo saw Jonathan and Julian, and then Jonathan saw Julian, and then we all saw Lynn, and we all saw each other. We all, get together. Yeah, it's good times in Canada. Yeah, so where the hell was I? Yeah, Willy Wonka's obviously done for the season, so do not cast a vote for Willy Wonka because it is over. Next week is the Survivor week. I think I outlined everything pretty clearly on the episode yesterday, but if you have any questions, let me know. I have already filmed the nomination ceremony with Javier, which will be airing tomorrow, and it's definitely interesting. He had to make a very, very difficult decision, and now that it's done, I can reveal he definitely made the more interesting decision from production standpoint. Did he make the right decision for his game? I'm going to say, I don't know. I don't know. Time will tell. Alliances. So, we were down to 2 weeks ago, plummeting from 7. We went up to 4 last week. This week, there was only one active alliance chat. And that one alliance chat, it's been very on and off, hit and miss all season long, kind of like Rosie O'Donnell's career. And so, really the only activity in it was yesterday. Somebody just revived it and just put a bunch of, pictures of birds or something. It was really weird. But yeah, so that alliance is the only one left, but it's really quiet and not really being used. Which begs the question, if there are no more 3 or 4 person alliance chats, that means there must be a lot of final twos. There must be a lot of one-on-one chatting, and there must be a lot of final twos. And if you have 2 or more final twos, which is possible, which one is your actual final two? If you only have one final two, are you sure that you're the other person's real final two? Because we're going to be down to 6 people after today, after the eviction. If there's 6 house guests left, and let's say every house guest has 2 to 3 final twos, there could be about 10-ish final twos active, and a lot of those final twos are going to be broken. So it should make for an interesting end of the season. And I will say, this season still has the potential, we're going to see how it ends, but it has the potential to be one of the best, if not the best. It's been really, really exciting. I've really enjoyed it from beginning to end. I think it's going to come down to what happens in the last 3 weeks to determine whether it's the best season ever. But it's definitely going to be higher. It's not bottom feeder season, that's for sure. Speaking of which, we are only 3 weeks away from crowning a winner. The finale is 3 weeks from tonight. So for those of you still in the game, if you think it's been going on for a long time, yes, it has been. But don't worry, because you only have 3 weeks left. So you can do this. I think that's about everything. So yeah, let's get right into it. Let's get into the eviction vote. Rayanne, Kennedy, Michael, your housemates have cast their votes to evict. When I reveal the results of the eviction vote, the evicted house guests will have about 15 minutes to say their goodbyes, gather their belongings before I kick you the fuck out of the Facebook group chat. Okay, here we go. By a vote of 3-0 to 0. Kennedy, you are evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 7 house. Oompa loompa doopy da doo. You shoved the crunch bar up your butt. Now you have the hemorrhoids. Oompa loompa doompa doompy da doo. Kennedy, you have about 15 minutes to say your goodbyes before I kick you the fuck out of the Facebook group chat. Thanks for playing. Better luck next time. Kennedy, I love you to death. You know that. We actually first met playing, I guess I can say it now. Well, no, I'm not going to say it. We met playing a game called Cardviver. a card-based Survivor game, where we actually were not on the same tribe at all pre-merge. You were the only person in the entire cast that I was not on a tribe with whatsoever pre-merge. So then we merged, and I was voted off unanimously first merge boot. And then I was rooting for you to win because you were the only person that didn't really betray me. Then fast forward, we played Supreme together, and Kennedy and I locked in a final 2 right away. That game, Supreme, was 130 days, and we made it to final 2. And that game was intense. I think there were only 15 people, but it was so intense. Some of the rounds were just insane. Um, and we were in a 4-person alliance called the Moscatos, named after the wine you get, the cheap free wine you get at Olive Garden. So we were the Moscatos along with Mark Cracchiolo. I don't know how you pronounce his last name. And who's the other? Penny Carr, who I hope is doing really well, by the way. She was suffering with cancer. I hope she's doing better. But yeah, so we were in a 4-person alliance with them. We had a final 2 all along. We made it to final 4. Then we tricked Mark into basically voting out Penny. It's a long story. But we tricked his ass good. But don't worry, he still got laid that night. And yeah, so then we made the final 2. And I ended up winning, but it was only by 1 vote. You were an absolutely phenomenal ally there. So getting to this game, and I will say quickly, I don't want to beat this to death, but I don't believe for a second all the crap that's been circulating about on Facebook about you, that you're racist, homophobic, sexist, all that BS. No. You're a genuine class act. I think that I'm so glad that you had this opportunity because you were playing what's arguably a very toxic org, and you got to play this org at the same time. And everybody in this org, you may have been voted out unanimously, but everybody, pre-jury, jury, loves you to death. The fans of my org love you, and that's all you need. The alumni love you, and I think the world of you. And yeah, screw the haters. In addition, I will say you made 2 mistakes this season. There's one colossal mistake you made. You know exactly what it is. I don't know if I can talk about it, though. I'm going to discuss with you, Brazil, and Nicole before we go on as to whether or not we should talk about it. I don't think it's going to influence the game, but about 4 weeks ago, you made a colossal error that was like probably one of the biggest mistakes this season, and it's why you're sitting here. You know what it is. We might discuss on Extra Whip. The other mistake you made, there was, and I'll fight people till the death, whether you agree or not, there was a pro-Ronnie side and an anti-Ronnie side. And you're all going, ugh, not this again. You were obviously pro-Ronnie because, duh, Ronnie used the veto on you when he told Owen he wouldn't. And when the pro-Ronnie side formed, I think you made the mistake of not talking to the anti-Ronnies enough. There was one person I'm pretty sure you were talking to, but generally speaking, when it's a this side of the house hates that side of the house type season, in this case, it wasn't hate, but the pro-Ronnies were definitely against the anti-Ronnies. I don't think you infiltrated and strategized with the other side enough. You stuck with your people, and yes, you're loyal to your people to a fault, but I remember in Supreme, you were working everybody, whereas I feel like here, you were kind of taking a back seat with talking to the other house guests. You were only working with your people. I could be way off, but you're evicted, so clearly I'm not that far off. But I get it. You were also hosting an org. You were playing at least one other org. Plus, I don't know a single 19-year-old who has gone through the life struggles that you have. I think I'm 32, and I don't think I've gone through as much crap as you have in 19 years. And I've been through a lot of crap, but I think you've been through even worse crap. And so I applaud you for being able to play orgs, going through all this mental, emotional stress in your own personal life. So I hope you had fun, and I loved having you. You're always welcome to play. And I hope that one day, soon, we get to meet. I would love for you to play the LRG that's in Toronto. I have already recommended you to Eitan. Shout out. And yeah, I would love to just continue our friendship because I think you are one of a kind and a class act. Okay, I will stop myself now before I get emotional, which is not. I don't think I've ever cried on the air, have I? No, I haven't. but I was feeling the feelings here. So let's move on. Because anybody who's watched the finale of Ecstasy Survivor Season 12 has seen me cry at a finale. It's not pretty. Okay, let's get to the next head of household competition. Free from the threat of eviction, the head of household wins the perks of their private HOH bedroom and bathroom, fruit basket with chocolate-covered cookie dough, but not a video from home, but not the responsibility of nominating 2 of their fellow house guests for eviction. So, is everybody ready? Let's begin. So, after just 2 hours, not even 1 hour, it was 2 clockworks, 1 hour, we were down to just Michael and Javier, and I didn't think it would take very long, but I also didn't think we would break the lowest time, which was 17 hours by season 6, and I can reveal it only took 13 and a half hours. So, I couldn't sleep because I was so excited. I was only planning on getting up once during the middle of the night to check how they were doing and to change it from clockwork uppercase to clockwork lowercase. I got up like 3 times. I was so giddy. I know, like, the shit that excites me, it's crazy. Meanwhile, like, Joe Biden can walk into the room and I'd be like, yeah, whatever, take a seat. Yeah, so, after 13 and a half hours, I can reveal that one person's work schedule got in the way, and the winner of the Big Brother Clockwork Endurance Competition and the new head of household is Javier! Congratulations, you are the new head of household. Owen, please hand over the key to Javier to the private HOH bedroom bathroom. Javier, we've already filmed the nomination ceremony, so you've already done that. So now you get safety, you get to sit back, relax, and you get to cast an eviction vote. So, what will happen in the very important game-changing nomination ceremony? Find out tomorrow, and we will check in with Callum, Bridget, and Kennedy in the jury house. And Friday is Extra Whip, where Brazil, Nicole, and I will be joined by Kennedy, where we will dish the dirt to see what her colossal mistake was. I think it's time we find out. Then, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, a 3-part Golden Power Veto competition takes place. And then Tuesday, 1 day early, is the Tribal Council and Live Eviction, where one house guest will succumb to Survivor Week, be evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 7 house, get a tummy ache from eating too much chocolate, and lose their shot at the $700 cash prize. I'm Andrew Cheesecake, guys. Take care, and remember, Laura Secord may not have ridden on a horse naked, but damn, did she ever have a nice rack.